Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you can see again this AC here. This is a whole. It's a puddle of water, and this is all algae here. Okay. It's like jelly. Okay. Algae can develop quite fast, quite quickly when there's just stagnant water sitting there. So within a few days, you can get algae development. But algae development that's just been there for a few days versus algae that's been there for months, weeks or months, looks very different. New algae is clear and like jelly-like, literally like a jellyfish, kind of like clear, and it looks quite clean. Old algae is like this. It's brown and disgusting and quite thick and horrible and a little bit smelly, and it just gets more smelly and worse over time. And then of course you can see where the AC's been operated over a period of quite some time, and it's not draining very well. That's why we've got a pool of water over there, because this unit, as well as the master bedroom unit, and probably will be the same story for all of the units, they don't have a built-in condensate pump, so they're reliant on gravity. So the drainage lines are horizontal, and they connect up with wherever they connect up with the grey water plumbing that will then go down and out to wherever it goes, right? So at best, the lines are horizontal, which means you get algae development inside the lines as well too, because water has surface tension. The drainage lines are never going to be 100% dry. Algae develops over the winter months on a cyclical basis. If those drainage lines aren't flushed properly, you get a problem with a long-term build-up of calcified algae. Layer upon layer upon layer, the drainage line gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you start having dripping issues, and you start having symptoms like this show up, which means that you can see this should not have a pool of water in the drainage pan. The drainage pan slopes down from left to right with fan coil units, so it's always lower at this side. The drainage line is on the right-hand side, so that's to obviously improve and help with the drainage. But if a drainage line is draining well, and if a drainage pan doesn't have too much algae on the opposite side, because this drainage pan extends beyond the coil, it's about 1/3 longer. So this is 2/3 on this side, and it's about a 1/3, so 4 inches roughly, approximately, for this model, on the opposite side of that coil. And then that's where the drainage line is attached to, okay? So it all slopes down towards the drainage line. When you've got a pool of water like this, it means that it's not draining well, and it's not going to get any better by itself. It will progressively get worse. And the other sign of that it actually fills up to quite a significant level. I just picked this up before. I'll take it out. I don't know what it is and what it's doing in there. It's a bit of plaster or something, anyway, along with all the rest of the rubbish up here in the light fitting. Great contracting work there. You can see that the water level, and it's very obvious, right? It's like the tides leave marks on rocks and whatnot. But you can very clearly see that water level there. It just creeps up and up and up and up and up and up, and then it sort of gets about. It's at one point it's got all the way up. It's filled up the entire drainage pan. Okay, and then the AC's been turned off for some time. It's dried out. It's left deposits of algae there. It's dried up algae over there, and where it's more clean is where it's basically getting wet consistently every time it's used. So where it's the cream colour, which is kind of the original colour of the drainage pan there, means that that's the water level. It's going all the way up to there when the AC's been running overnight, for example, for a long time. That's how deep it's getting. That is a sign of worse things to come. It means that when the drainage line was going to it's not far off getting 100% blocked. It's draining for now, but it's draining too slow. The AC is producing more condensate than the drainage line can handle. Once it gets to that state, it gets worse very quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised if you have a dripping issue within the next month maximum with that. And hopefully we don't see any worse in any other AC. I've only got time to look at the one that we've already previously agreed upon, and any others will have to leave to another time, because we're about to lose the last client of the day and have them cancel, which means not cancel, they should reschedule, but I'll see what I can do once I get out of here. Anyway, I've got a situation I need to manage and I can't be here.